name's Janelle and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be attempting to recreate some of my favourite outfits from Instagram. So instead of just clicking through and purchasing the clothes, I'm going to have a go at making them for myself instead. There are two dresses I'm going to try and recreate in this video. The first one is this amazing puffy sleeve dress by Suzanne, worn here by Audrey Rivet, in the most incredible burnt orange colour that I love so much, and I have the perfect fabric for this project. And the other dress I'm going to try and recreate is this one here, worn by Uncomplicated Spaces, that I was very inspired by as they've shown how to style it in so many different ways, and I just thought I needed a dress like that for my wardrobe. I originally was going to make a skirt very similar to this one here, but I know I'm going to get so much more wear out of a dress than I would a skirt, so I thought why not try and make this dress and then I get the best of both worlds. The fabrics that I'm going to be using to recreate these amazing dresses are this beautiful burnt orange linen by A&R Fabrics that was kindly gifted to me. Look at it, how perfect is this shade of burnt orange, and it's linen. I just know this fabric is going to make an amazing dress. And the other fabric is this really cute ditzy floral printed rayon that I picked up from Spotlight recently, and I'll have a link to both of these fabrics down in the description of this video if you'd like to check them out. So let's see if I can make some dresses as nice as these ones on Instagram. Let's start with this amazing puffy sleeve dress. I've actually shared a whole tutorial on how to make a dress like this step by step, so definitely check that video out for more details. But for this dress, I'm going to be shortening the sleeve slightly to make it a bit more similar to the dress in the picture. I personally prefer a midi length dress though, so I am going to be making mine a little bit longer than the Suzanne one. First, cut out two rectangles that measure 75 by 100 centimeters or 29.5 by 39.5 inches, which works out to be my bust measurement doubled by how long I'd like my dress to be. Again, I go into all the details on how to find your measurements in the previous video. Next, I cut out two rectangles at 65 by 50 centimeters or 25.5 by 19.5 inches. These will be my sleeves. Then I cut out 4 pocket pieces. There's a link to my pocket template in the description below. And that's literally all the pieces I need for this dress. Take the pocket pieces, as you can see I've overlocked mine, and pin them approximately 40 centimeters or 15 3/4 inches from the top of the dress rectangle. Stitch them in place. With right sides together, place one of the dress rectangles onto the other, matching the pockets together. Then stitch them together, putting the needle down and turning the fabric to stitch around the corners of the pocket. Next, hem the top and bottom raw edges of the tube we've just created. Using a water erasable pen or some tailor's chalk, mark where you'd like the shirring to end on your dress. I've marked mine approximately 25 centimeters or 10 inches from the top of the dress. Now to start shirring. I've shared all about how to set up your sewing machine for shirring in the other tutorials, so check that out if you've never tried it before. It's really easy, by the way, but basically hand wind your bobbin with some shirring elastic and start shirring around the rectangle tube, lining up the presser foot with your last row of shirring to keep the stitches nice and straight. The more you stitch, the more the fabric will start to gather and become elasticated. Once you've finished all those rows of shirring, you should have something that looks like this. I then use an iron to steam the shirring to make it shrink a little bit more, and then give it a good press. Now to make the sleeves. Take the two sleeve rectangles we cut before and fold them in half. Stitch them together into a tube along the raw edge. Then hem both ends by folding in about 1 centimeter or half an inch twice. Stitch the hem down, leaving a small opening to be able to thread some elastic through. Measure out some elastic the size of your arm where the sleeve will sit and the size of your shoulder from underarm to underarm. My elastic measured approximately 25 centimeters or 10 inches for the arm and 45 centimeters or 18 inches for the shoulder. Then, using a safety pin, thread the elastic through the casings we made before, putting one of the longer pieces of elastic in one end and one of the shorter pieces of elastic in the other end. Stitch the two ends of elastic together by going back and forth with a zigzag stitch. And then stitch the casing closed. And you should now have two puffy sleeves that look like this. Pin the sleeves to the dress at the side seam, attaching about 20 centimeters or 8 inches of the sleeve to the dress. Then stitch in place. And your beautiful puffy sleeve dress is complete. So, how does it compare? I'm so in love with how this dress has turned out. The fabric is just divine and my actual dream colour, and I think it actually looks really similar to the Suzanne dress in the Instagram. I pretty much plan on wearing this dress all summer long. Before we get started on the next dress, let's take a moment to talk about the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Lately, I've been getting so many questions asking how to go about starting a business of your own. And in an ideal world, I'd have the time to be able to respond to all these questions in detail, but unfortunately I don't, and to be completely honest with you, I don't have all the answers either. That's where Skillshare comes in. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes covering topics such as business, photography, branding, marketing, productivity, basically every topic you need to know to be able to start a dream business of your own. I recently started a class on Skillshare called Start Your Creative Career, and what I've been learning in this class has been completely invaluable to my business and has given me so many helpful tips and tricks to be able to apply to Rosery Apparel right away. So if you'd like to explore Skillshare for yourself and see just how amazing it is, then Skillshare are going to be giving the first 1,000 people to join using my link in the description a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership, which will give you unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes. Now let's make this super versatile ditzy floral dress. To make this dress, I'm going to be using McCall's 7920 as the design is very similar to the one on Instagram. It just has sleeves, which I actually prefer. So I start by cutting out all the pieces in my fabric. Then it's time to make the bodice. With right sides together, I pin the front to the back at the shoulder and underarm seams. I then stitch them together. And the bodice is already starting to take shape. Then I take the pocket pieces and stitch them, again with right sides together, to the skirt front and back pieces. Once the pockets are attached, I place the skirt front onto the skirt back and stitch along the side edges, including around the pocket edge. I then pin the bodice to the skirt, matching the side seams together, and stitch in place. now it's time to attach the facing to the entire front open edge of the dress. The facing works really nicely to hide some of the seams inside the dress and also adds a bit of thickness to the front of the dress where the buttons are going to go. Once it's attached, I like to press it in place with an iron to make the edges nice and crisp, and then I hem both sleeves and the bottom of the skirt. Then, using a water erasable pen or some tailor's chalk, I mark out where my 8 buttonholes are going to go along the front. The buttons I'm using for this dress are some secondhand ones I picked up and are about 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Once the buttonholes are all stitched, I use a seam ripper to carefully open them up. And then hand sew the buttons onto the other side of the dress. And my cute little floral dress is complete. So how does this one compare? This dress is obviously different because of the sleeves, but overall I think it's definitely similar to the dress on Instagram. I love that I can wear this dress so many different ways, including as a skirt, which I have to say is one of my favourite ways to wear this dress. Also, the McCall's pattern was super quick and easy to make. The only thing I would do differently is maybe make it a size smaller next time. I'm so happy with how these dresses have turned out. I think they look really similar to the ones I found on Instagram, and I'm so excited to add them to my wardrobe. I'm also so happy that it's finally starting to warm up here in Tasmania, which means I can start to wear my summer dresses again. As you can see, I've been wearing this cute little polka dot dress in this video. I hope that this video inspires you to have a go at making some of the nice outfits you find on Instagram instead of just clicking through and purchasing them. Not only do you save money this way, but it is so much more fulfilling making and wearing your own clothes. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to come find me on Instagram where I share some of my outfits and other things I'm making, and subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Thanks for watching!